Hey guys, Jay Sini here, and I've just picked up a brand new lens that I've been wanting to add to the kit for quite a while, and that is the Panasonic Lumix 1.4 12mm lens. Now this is a lens I've been wanting to add for quite a while now because I've been looking for something that has a really low f-stop that lets in a lot of light, but at the same time is relatively wide at 12mm. That's a 24mm full frame equivalent. So this seemed to be the perfect balance of those two things, allowing me to get a lot of light into the lens and still be able to get quite a wide field of view. So one of the lenses I had before this one was the Panasonic Nocticron 1.2 f-stop lens. Now that was a fantastic lens, but it's very much a portrait lens that you use to take from far away. Whereas I need something a little bit wider, so this seemed to be a great fit. So first with the pros, this lens has a lot of pros. It stops all the way down to 1.4, which is fantastic for shooting in low light situations. It means that you're getting a lot of light into the lens. And being able to get a lot of light into the lens means that you don't have to crank up your ISO. There's a goat in my frame, what the hell? So this lens goes all the way from 1.4 to 16. As you can see, there's a goat in the background. It's always very good when you're shooting these kinds of things to get a little bit of extra help. Not very helpful at the moment, are ya? So being 12mm on a micro four thirds sensor allows you to get quite a wide field of view, which is great if you're shooting concerts and you don't just want to get portraits all night, you want something that's got a bit more view and you can see a bit more of the stage, then something like this is definitely the way to go. This lens also has a manual aperture ring, so it means you can change your aperture on the fly as you're going. You don't have to go into the camera and move buttons on the camera, you can just twist the ring and that will change the aperture for you. So being quite a wide lens at 12mm means that you're not getting as much depth of field. So this is both a positive and a negative, depending on which way you look at it. Obviously, not having as much depth of field means that it's a bit easier to focus on the fly when you're trying to get those nice clean shots. However, if you're looking for that really blown out background, you're not going to get that with a 12mm. You're much more likely to get that with something like a Nocticron, which is around 42.5mm. You get that nice blown out background, whereas this, you obviously being 1.4, you will get some blurring in the background, but it's not to the extent that you will get on, say, a Nocticron or a more portrait style lens. So the build quality of the lens itself is fantastic. It's made out of metal, it looks very sturdy. The focus ring is very, very smooth. The aperture ring is also very smooth and very obviously clicks when you're into the next aperture. So all these things I really like. That's all good stuff. You've got automatic focus and manual focus, which you can change between the two. The autofocus from when I've been using it has been really fast. It changes very quickly, which is very good. And finally, being a prime lens means that it's nice and sharp compared to the zoom counterparts. Now, no lens is perfect. You can never get a perfect lens, otherwise it'll go everywhere from 7mm all the way through to like 300mm, and it'd be super sharp, super crisp, and super light. But that's, it's really, really difficult to get that. So now for some of the drawbacks of this lens. On the whole, it's a fantastic lens. However, this one has no in-body stabilization. So if you don't have any stabilization in the camera or you don't have a gimbal, this is going to be pretty tough to use when you're doing video. So you need to take that into consideration if you're looking at purchasing this lens. If you mostly shoot video, then you need to make sure that you've got a stabilizer or you have in-body stabilization in the camera, because this does not have it. So this lens I pretty much started using straight away as soon as I got it. I found a use for it very quickly when I started shooting some music videos. It arrived just in time for a couple of low light music videos actually, so it worked really, really well in those situations. So this lens is not cheap. It's around $1,100, $1,200 Australian. So it's not the cheapest lens, but of course you do pay for the quality that you get. It's nice and sharp. You get a great image quality, great image reproduction. The colors look fantastic. So everything about this lens is pretty solid. So my name is Jay Sini. I hope you found this review useful. I've had it for about a week or two now, and it's been really fantastic to use, and it's found its way into a lot of different situations that I would have used a different lens for, but now that I have this, it's certainly replaced that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and we shall see you later.